Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Keenan. Welcome to today's second blog. Here to talk about Week 9's game of the week of the 2014 college football season. Number 3 Ole Miss at number 24 LSU. The Rebels are going to be playing in a hostile environment, and LSU can pull off an upset with a home victory. Now, I'm going to talk about both of these two teams, starting with Ole Miss, led by quarterback Bo Wallace, who has shown a lot of improvement for the past couple of weeks, starting a couple of weeks ago in their big win at home against Alabama. He has 17 touchdown passes so far in the season, leading to the Ole Miss Rebels to an undefeated season thus far, the third ranked team in the nation. For LSU, now they have a young team. They have Anthony Jennings, the sophomore, leading the way at quarterback, 7 touchdown passes and 3 interceptions. He does have over 1,000 yards passing this season, and he has a couple of good weapons around him, particularly at running back. And Leonard Fournette, he's actually leading the team with over 500 yards rushing and 5 yards per carry, doing a great job as a true freshman. And they're going to have to depend a lot on their youth in this matchup, but they're going to have to play a little bit smart for LSU. That's one of my keys to victory. And going on to the keys of victory, I'm going to start things off with Ole Miss first. Now, I think offensively, they need to hit them hard and quick against that Tiger defense, because the Tigers struggle and they begin in a little bit of a slump when they're behind and they're hit hard. Ole Miss must compete very aggressively against that LSU defense in order to pull a good victory and have an early lead in the game, forcing LSU to come from behind. Second, for Ole Miss, don't let anything get going for LSU's ground attack. I think the keys to the Ole Miss defense, who is actually averaging 10.6 points allowed per game, they need to stop the run for LSU, because the Tigers actually depend on setting up the pass by using their ground game, and I think that's going to be key for Ole Miss in order to win this game. And thirdly, they have to continue to play all 4 quarters, and they have been showing that since that Alabama game. They were a little bit behind. They were in the trenches against Alabama, but Bo Wallace and company learned that they should play all 4 quarters, and the defense has been playing well. Now, going back to Ole Miss, they feature a good player on the defensive side, and I think he could make a good run for Defensive Player of the Year award for the SEC Conference, and Sinquiz Golston, who's actually leading on the team with 7 interceptions, second in the nation. Now, I'm going to head over for LSU and their keys of the victory. Like I said before, they're gonna probably depend more on their youth in this matchup, but they're gonna have to be more mature in playing the game. They have to be mentally prepared against Ole Miss, because Ole Miss has a lot of experience throughout they have a lot of good seniors. Now, for LSU, they have a lot of freshmen and sophomores on both sides of the field, offensively and defensively, and they're gonna have to play mentally smart in this one and not use their youth and talent alone. They're gonna have to be smart in order to play this great Ole Miss team. Second, the offensive line must create time and blocking for Anthony Jennings to throw the football, and they have to be on point in their ground attack. Now, I do not believe there's going to be not that many huge runs from LSU, but I think if they just pound the rock pretty well, 4 yards there, 5 yards here, if they continue to use that time of possession and effectively bruise up that defense, I think that LSU does have a chance of pulling off the upset. And thirdly, sticking with the offensive side, they're going to have to use the play action a lot. I think if they use the play action to make the defensive backs for Ole Miss to bid on, I think they have a chance of winning, because I did mention that Golston does have 7 interceptions leading the team, but he takes a lot of risk at the defensive back position in order to get those interceptions. I think that for LSU, they're going to have to try to bid the defensive backs for Ole Miss in order to try to bite them a little bit and try to get their receivers open. And like I said earlier, their offensive line, like I said, they have to continue on blocking well and giving enough time for Anthony Jennings to bid on that the secondary for Ole Miss to pull off a couple of big plays. So Lyle Evans, the leading player for that offensive line for LSU, he's going to have a big game leading that offensive line for the LSU Tigers. Now, I really believe that Ole Miss is going to win this victory, so that's who I'm going to pick. Because of their experience, they have a lot of talent on both sides of the field. Their defense has the best defense in the nation, in my opinion, particularly with the great secondary. I mentioned Golson, but another NFL prospect is senior or Cody Prewitt. He's a great player, and I think he could become an All-American at the end of the season, at least second-team All-American at the end of the year. They have a lot of great talent, and they have the seniority for the Ole Miss to beat this youthful LSU Tiger team. But I think this is going to be a good game for you guys to watch. Now, the next time to catch you guys will be on Monday, where I will give you a recap of Week 9 of the 2014 season. Thank you for watching today's blogs from the Football Source. I'm your man, Keenan McCall. Be easy.